At the end of the day, we feel each other's pain, and we feel each other's anguish, and we feel each other's joy. Most of the time, for a lot of people, the first problem is that there is no one to listen. And when you actively listen to someone, when you make them feel seen and heard and valid, that goes a long way. I'm Hridith Sudev. I go by my last name, Sudev, and I am a Hotline Advocate with the Blue Bench. So I'm an Indian, but I grew up in the Middle East, in Oman, and I moved to the United States when I was 18. I've hiked 2 14ers, so I think I can call myself a Coloradan. I deal with intake calls and hotline crisis management, so I get calls when people feel unsafe or are dealing with the fallback of an unsafe situation. And my job is to kind of help them ground themselves and make sure they're safe in the moment so that they can figure out where they want to go next and how they can get the resources that they need. Hi, my name is Sudev. How can I help you today? So the Blue Band specializes in gender violence, physical or mental, and we strive to make homes and workplaces safer and healthier for everyone. When I found the Blue Bench and found this opportunity, it struck a personal chord with me because, I'm a survivor myself. Sometimes it's hard to not take a toll when you're working with someone who's undergoing trauma that's personal to you. I understand what they're going through, but I also will never quite understand what they're going through. You're trying to make sense of the senseless together. And it's that together part that's very important for me. And I never had that when I was navigating my own trauma. Growing up in the Middle East, we never talked about it. It was not something that could ever be brought up. You pretended it didn't happen. In the Middle East, the physical and mental health scaffolding available to survivors was almost, there was nothing, there was almost none. Also, my sex and gender and my gender identity. I am a cis man in a community that was especially rooted in patriarchy, and gender violence was just not something that happened to people who looked like me or had bodies like me. At least that's what they thought. For years I thought, I was making it up in my head. It was a very complex situation, and it was very hard navigating it. And while, I wish I had support, I wish I had someone to help me, it's what it was. It took a few years, but I eventually met people who gave me the help that I needed. Grounding is something that we talk about a lot in our line of work, and we do that with the people who are reaching out to us, and sometimes we have to do it with ourselves. We got to tell ourselves, I'm here, my legs touching the ground, I should come take a deep breath, and I'm fine, I will be fine. How precious it is, to be there for someone when they're struggling. And if I can do that for someone, then that's the greatest honor I can never have in my lifetime, and I want to be able to contribute to that. In my culture, there's this thing about smiles and how when we die, our life is transient. We live, we die, we leave nothing behind. The only thing that we could possibly leave behind is the smiles that we put on people's faces. And I want to leave behind as many smiles as possible.